Welcome back to 10 Cents Podcast. We have Michael Beck, Adam Nilsson, and Handsome Rob.
Of course, that's what I use.
Thanks for the intro, Rob Responsibilities.
Aw.
You didn't use my nickname.
That intro was Rob-diculous.
Thank you.
You didn't use my nickname.
Michael Moorbucks?
Yeah, or well, there's that one, and wasn't there Megabucks?
Daddy Moorbucks
Daddy Moorbucks?
was
You can't
what
say-
Josh Fettis
We
gave
can't
us.
use that one yet.
Why
Sure
can't we
we
use
You don't
that
have
one?
any kids that we know of.
That's true. No,
Supposedly.
because Daddy Warbucks is like some... is like a...
Warbucks is a thing. I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is exactly. It's a thing, though. Daddy Warbucks is like...
Do you really want to put Daddy out there?
How old is she?
That's what all his stripper friends call
He
him.
could call
Yeah.
you Daddy, I guess.
Yeah.
All the girls he knows down at the lake. His lake house.
I can't say anything insulting.
Lake friends. Yeah, I know. You know people from the lake, too.
I do.
Before we jump into it, let's do our social media. We got 10 Tenths Podcast on Facebook and Instagram at the number 10 Tenths Podcast on Twitter at, what do we got? 10tentspodcast.com on the website. There is our store as well, so you should hit that up and order some stuff. Coffee mugs, sweaters,
Hoodies? Oh,
Hoodies.
man. Who doesn't need a hoodie now?
It's getting
it's
cold.
Autumn.
It's basically, by the time this comes out, it's basically going to be below zero outside. So
yeah.
you should prepare yourself.
2 weeks ago, it was 85 degrees. This week, every day is like 60.
You should get yourself a hoodie.
You're going to be spending a lot of time inside. It should be nice if you could order a pillow to lay
I'm
your
sure-
head on.
I'm sure
We've
that
had
would be
multiple requests for the pillow,
This
Robbie.
multiple
requests, yes. People have been
You two
texting
both
me.
yeah. Oh, for
Texting me
Nonstop.
all day, nonstop. When are you getting the pillow?
I
The
forgot
10
to
cents
send the
pillow.
screenshot, but I totally have them.
Yeah,
Best
totally.
value on the 1010 store, they say, at any
The
price.
best value is the coffee mug and the hoodie. You're never going to get a nicer hoodie for $40, and you're never going to get a nicer coffee mug for
You probably will
$15.
not get a nicer hoodie for $40 because hoodies are expensive.
So expensive.
We have got positive reviews about our sweet coffee mugs, too.
We have.
So
They're nice. I like it.
People are enjoying the coffee mugs, that's for sure.
If only they didn't leave a nice ring on the coffee table.
Robbie, this
Mike.
table
Out the
is
coaster.
made of fucking plastic.
It doesn't matter.
It's not wood.
he has coasters for a reason.
If I do this.
So
I've
it takes
taken
his
my
water.
I took my water off of the coaster and put my coffee on the coaster. Now the water's on the table. Robbie, the table's fucking plastic.
I hope you spill on your...
This is an
Here.
acrylic cover of some kind. It's not wood.
It still leaves a ring.
It's plastic.
I don't like to see the ring. You have
Is this-
no respect for other people's stuff.
That might be true. Does that make you feel better?
Yeah, because it's sitting on top of your electronics.
Yeah,
Next
I've
year,
got
you turn around and continue to rearrange his DVDs.
I didn't even put them back yet.
because that makes him super angry. When you just
That's just disrespectful.
there.
Just put them on the floor.
Just put 'em
That's
on the floor.
terrible.
Anyway, Robbie, Adam had a story time with Datum that he wanted to share.
So I found my dream car. Robbie's going to hate
Hold on,
this.
Google's ready.
Robbie's going to hate. No. This is something you know.
You don't know that.
No, I do, because you've been in one. I'm certain of this.
You don't know what I've been inside.
That's fair. Can't argue with that.
We're not going to get into it too much, but Robbie's feeling weird tonight. I can just say that much.
Whatever.
So apparently, for their 30th anniversary, Quattro GmbH, which is the performance subsidiary of Audi, made a Mark 1 TT and put a 2.7T in it.
How does that work? Because
So-
isn't it transverse?
Yeah, so that was what I'm reading this. I'm like, I don't see how that worked. So what they did was they took an RS4 that had the 2.7T in it,
Yep.
cut the body off of it, shortened it like 40 millimeters,
Okay.
and put the Mark 1 TT body on top of it instead.
Crazy.
Yeah. So it has the full RS4 running gear, but it looks like a TT.
What do you think, Robbie? What did they have a horsepower figure? They boost that 2.7.
No, it's bone stock.
Oh,
But it can
that's your new-
easily
That's your
be
new
boosted.
favorite car?
Dude, it's so cool because that's like one of my favorite Audi motors of all time in one of my favorite Audi body styles of all time.
Okay, so you want a Volkswagen Bug with a different engine. It's fine.
It's not a Volkswagen Bug, Robbie. It's a chop top Bug. Get it right. They're quite clearly lower roof lines.
Does it come with spare check engine lights so you can replace when they burn out because they're always on?
no!
I
You
assume-
just when they burn out, you just assume that it's fixed.
It's fixed? Okay.
It's fine now. The light's gone off. It must be perfectly fine. Proceed.
I always felt that if my check engine light went out in my Audi, that was when I needed to worry about it.
Yeah, that's true. probably.
Yeah.
If it's on all the time, that means that something's working.
Everything's working as it should be because
Right,
they
it's
all
right,
have
yeah.
the
Status
check
quo
engine
because
light.
the light's on. When the
But
lights
if they
start
go
going
out, something
that's a real problem.
It's like race motors are always fastest just before they blow up. Volkswagen's check engine lights go away before something catastrophic is about to happen. I think that's
the failure
makes
point.
sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
Anyway, before we jump into our topics this week, we actually have a shout out this week. We are really bad at doing shout outs. We're going to do a shout out for Spencer Crone, who he actually just today, left us a really nice, wasn't necessarily a review, but it was just a comment on our Facebook page about how he enjoys our podcast. So we know Spencer. He's from our area. He does mini truck things.
Yeah.
He does lots of mini truck things. He's got a Slam. He's pretty sick. I'm going to be totally wrong, but it's the first generation S10 with a
Old
350
square body.
350 S10, which you don't see a lot of those anymore. It's pretty sick. On bags.
Didn't he get an award somewhere?
He does
A bunch
pretty
of
well.
awards? I thought he
It's
had.
a really nice truck.
It's like shaved. I think the door handles are shaved. It may even have a tail light.
I thought he had
shaved too.
I thought he had the wooden bed.
He's got a wooden bed.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yep.
accurate.
Bags 350.
Send us some pictures.
Yeah, we'll post that up. It's pretty sick.
But he shared us a couple weeks ago, and then he comments on us, and he has volunteered to take Robbie's place when
At
we
any
decide
time.
that we can't take his negativity any longer.
Wow. I was not aware of that.
He posted that like a month ago on our Facebook page
Oh man.
because there was some episode where we had said something, I don't know.
It's like a 2/3 shout out now. Robbie's
Yeah, I
just
was
mad.
gonna say-
Robbie's like, you know what? Fuck that guy.
Adam
I'm
and
out.
Michael do a great job. And this
This Robbie guy. Whenever you guys are done with him, just let me know. We can get rid of him real quick. You met him at the MWE
Oh, yeah.
party, though.
Yep, I met him. He was a nice guy.
I'm not even sure he listened to podcasts before us. I don't know that for a fact. I might just be making
Let's just
stuff
say
up.
that
Yeah.
we're the reason he listens to podcasts.
I pushed all our
Yeah.
podcast friends on him, so
Yep.
we'll see how that goes.
But I think that's it about that. I think we're ready to jump into the topics. Events
For the last couple weeks.
First one, last Saturday, Adam and I went to the Greenfield swap meet, which Robbie did not go to.
I haven't been to that one in a while. It was bigger than I anticipated it to be.
It is quite big.
It was a muddy shithole of a mess, though.
Yeah, it had been raining down there the last 2 days.
Dad said Friday night it had just like opened up and
Downpour.
rained.
Robbie does not know of this level of swap meet. Because that one that you went to in Des Moines, inside the Varied Industries building,
Yep.
that's
It's
pretty tame.
not- Yeah,
That's tame?
that's not
Tame.
a swap meet.
So what makes it not tame?
Like, there's legitimately people riding around on riding lawnmowers with trailers, and then there's 3 people on lawn chairs smoking cigarettes without their shirts on the trailer.
Yeah. Kids with mullets. Lots of kids with mullets.
Yeah.
I assumed that would happen.
But riding
I
around
saw-
on, riding tractors and shit. There was just a guy driving around in a tractor. Did
Yeah,
you see
I was
that guy?
just-
Yeah.
A
they're-
full-size tractor.
They're not there to buy things. They're just there. Like,
Well,
they're
I'm
there
sure
for the
if they
scene.
found something there, they'd buy it.
But it's no disrespect to Greenfield, Iowa, but it is Greenfield, Iowa. Like
The average age is 65.
there's nothing there, man. It's in the middle of nowhere, Iowa. So, you're going to get some of that.
I think the population effectively doubles that weekend.
So 500 to 1,000.
Or more.
One of my coworkers, that's his hometown. He said there's about 1,200 people there.
All right.
So, but they fill up their fairgrounds.
It's completely full. It's not a super small fairgrounds, but they fill it. There's lots of people there, lots of vendors.
Lots of interesting stuff.
There was interesting stuff. I didn't find any parts to buy this year.
I'm really kicking myself for that Miata diff. I should have bought it.
Yeah, we found a Miata diff.
There was a
An
guy there
LSD
selling
Miata diff
a limited slip Miata diff
in
for
Greenfield,
$40.
Iowa.
You should have bought that.
Yeah, so I text Josh, and I took a picture of it and texted to Josh. I was like, what's this thing worth? And he's like, I don't know. You could probably make $50 on it, because I told him it was 40. And I was like, I could sell it for 50 or I could make 50. He goes, no, you'd make 50 on it. They sell pretty quick if they're priced right. And I just kind of dismissed it.
Oh,
and after I left, I was like, mother truck.
We should have tried to
You
give that guy
should.
$30.
Yeah, you should have tried to talk him
$20
down
bucks.
and then just go home, put it on Craigslist.
Dude, how long you
Turn
been
around,
hauling
sell it.
this piece of shit around? Nobody
Yeah,
here's going to
and
buy a Miata
nobody.
diff.
Yeah, and we were the only people that looked at it all day.
And
And
he
the
was-
only reason
he
we
got
looked
on
at
it.
it was because you thought it might be an RX-7.
It looked like a open RX-7 diff. So I just saw it and was like, hey, what the hell? There's an RX-7 part here, but it was a Miata part.
Yeah, you definitely should have bought.
Should have bought it.
Should have bought it.
Should have bought it.
Could have made a quick flip on it.
Yeah.
Throw it up on that.
I'll bet we know at least a couple people that would have bought it.
Well, I'm on like some Iowa Miata performance group on Facebook. I could have thrown it up there for $100 and taken 80 for it and been giggling the whole time.
Then everybody would have been happy.
Could have snapped a picture of it while I was at the swap meet and delivered it on my way home through Des Moines.
That's the thing I didn't understand. That why didn't that guy just put it on Craigslist? Like, there is a market for swap meets, but if you have a Miata diff, maybe you should just put that on Craigslist.
There's not a lot of Miata guys going to this. I
That's what
assume it's a hot rod type thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's dominantly American cars.
A lot of 240 parts.
No.
None.
I mean,
There was a disappointing amount of LS parts, no less.
Yeah, I found one
Did you?
aluminum Escalade head.
that's it.
Oh, just
One.
the head?
No engine. Nothing?
One. Unassembled. I was like, well, that doesn't do any good.
I'll give you $12 for
Yeah,
that.
exactly. That's kind of what I was thinking too. He's like, well, the other one, it had there was something, I don't know what it was. He said maybe one of the accessory holes was stripped out or something, and it looked like somebody had tried to really badly fill it, and so he threw it away. I was like, wait a minute, a working head? You threw away a working head because it had some like weird aluminum welding on the front of it? Yeah. Well, this doesn't do me any good. One head does nobody any good.
Well,
Unless you've got a cracked Escalade head.
but it has to be that one because they're not reversible, are they?
I'm
I'm pretty sure. Are
LS
they?
is small blocks are reversible. LSs may
really?
also be reversible. Yeah. Yep.
I didn't figure they'd flip from one side to the other.
I think they do. I'm pretty sure the LSs do also. But for sure, small block Chevys, the heads are all the same. All small block Chevy heads, if it's the same run of head, is the same. It's just one. So if it's like a 9, I'm going to make up a number, a 968 head, both of
Right.
them are 968 heads, and they're not left hand or right hand. They're just that.
Huh.
So
I would have assumed they were left and right.
Yeah,
I thought so too. Because when I ordered heads for the Camaro years ago, I was like, where's the option for passenger driver side? But no, they're just all the same.
Huh.
Interesting.
All right, then.
the more you know.
But my dad wanted to buy them because he wanted to put them on his truck.
The Escalade one?
Yeah,
The aluminum heads?
because he actually has a
On his old GMC?
on his old relatively 2001 GMC.
Oh, no, that's not the one. That's not old.
Because it's I didn't realize this, but they made all cast iron LS 6 liters for a while, and he ended up with one of them. I thought they all had aluminum heads, but apparently they made some 6 liters that were all cast iron.
That would be a really heavy
It'd be a
motor.
heavy motor for sure. So he wanted to. He's kind of thinking about hot rodding it a little bit, just cause, and he saw that head, and he's like, "Oh, I want to buy those," and there's just one of them. So doesn't do you a ton of good.
Nope.
Yeah, it's kind of silly.
But yeah, I didn't find like any LS cams, headers, nothing. I thought for sure. I mean, that engine's almost 20 years old now. You'd think you'd
Yeah,
find
in one form or another.
Yeah, you think you'd find parts for it, but nope, not really.
I was kind of surprised at how few engines or transmissions or combinations are on Craigslist right now too.
I thought for sure I could find a pullout that I could send you pictures of. Actually, they had a it was like a 1999, I think, Silverado 1500 with a 5.3 that had been apparently hit by a freight train or something in the back because the back of it was completely screwed. But it had too many miles on it. It had like 170,000 miles on it. But it was obviously the rest of the truck. So the whole drivetrain with the wiring harness and the ECU, because it was still in the truck, and it was $1,200.
Okay.
And he said if he couldn't get it sold, he was going to take it and scrap it. I was like, well, I'll give you like $800 for it. Not going to give you $1,200 for it.
Yeah, you should've.
But you'd have the issue with that is at that mileage, you're going to have to tear the motor down, and you got a bunch of money in it. So
That's rebuild. And
you're probably better off trying to find a pull that's got like 100,000 miles on it and just risking it.
yeah,
If you're going to, build for boost or whatever, then fine, whatever. But
you just want to drop it in and actually have a running vehicle like me.
Yeah, it's not.
Don't want
it
to go
wouldn't,
that route.
It wouldn't work for you because obviously it's got the wrong transmission on it too.
Yeah,
but you'd have it torn apart and have a bunch of money in it. So
No, not the direction I really want to go right now.
no.
Yeah,
So-
I'm still surprised by that.
Surprised by what? No LS
that
parts?
there's not just an abundance of them.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's an age group thing. Like the
it seems hit or miss because, like the one, what is that one called in
Wild Wade's.
Wild Wade's.
Yeah.
That would have been there.
Yeah, I thought there was.
I feel like there were LS parts there.
We weren't looking for them at the time, but yeah, probably.
There was an RX-8 with one in it.
That's true. You found those wheels. What were those?
Those are off a Mustang, I think, though.
Yeah, but they were like some import wheel.
XXRs.
Yeah,
Yep, that's it.
XXRs. So there was some of that stuff there. None of that stuff in Greenfield, though.
No, it was very old. And there was a lot of flea market-y stuff there, too.
Yeah, that was weird. Like
nunchucks and
well,
brass knuckles.
No,
and,
just like a lot of old trinkets.
yeah, stuffed animals, like flatware
like
and shit.
used
Beanie
stuffed
Babies?
animals.
Yeah,
Oh, definitely Beanie Babies.
Beanie
Those
Babies.
are-
Yeah.
You can't give
Hot
those away.
Wheels,
It looks like
model cars,
almost like somebody.
I'm okay
belt
with.
buckles.
I'm okay with that too.
Yeah.
It's stylish. It's cool.
Maybe somebody
No,
had
it's
bought like a whole estate, like somebody's whole estate, and it was just full of shit.
Yeah,
and they
or
were
like
selling all of
antique
it.
trash.
Yeah, stuff.
25 cents a piece. Just take it off my hands.
Oh, I saw a computer that I swear to God had a floppy disk drive on it.
And they
was
wanted
it the one that
a couple
McLaren
$100.
needs?
No, it was not. No, I should have checked. Damn it. Could have made some money off of that. No, but like seriously, this woman was hauling all of this like floppy disk drive computers and tape decks and all this shit. I assume she's just hauling this shit around Iowa, trying to sell it. I'm like, why don't you just throw this shit away? Like, there's got to be
Nobody's
a better way.
gonna buy
Nobody's
this.
buying this stuff. You just keep bringing this stuff, dragging it around, trying to sell it. But I don't know. You think at some point, if she wasn't making any money, she'd have to stop. But
Did you see that someone had the front bumper off a new Buick Regal there?
like they had stolen it.
I
Or-
don't know.
oh,
I don't
okay.
know how you end up with the front bumper for a new Buick Regal. It looked like it hadn't been wrecked.
Maybe they had just stolen it. That was the other thing I was wondering.
I would like to pretend that they put a bitchin' body kit on it.
Yeah, it's a dope Regal now.
Yeah.
I
It's got some 24s on it.
there was one guy there that had like too many tools. You know what I mean?
There were a lot of guys selling a lot of tools.
Like stuff that had people's names on it.
Oh, stolen straight out of their locker.
Pretty sure it was stolen tools. There was a little bit of just it. Not 100% sure, but like that one guy had too many Sawzalls, and then he had some, like your tool bag for work. Or I guess you got a backpack.
I've got a
but,
sweet backpack.
But he, a lot of people have those carry bags.
yeah, I have
they're
one of those too. I mean,
whatever brand they are, Milwaukee sometimes, and it was full of stuff still.
Like
and he was
like he literally took it from somebody's job site, and
right,
then
and just put it
straight-
in his truck, and then took it to the swap meet.
he lives on the east side of Des Moines.
Possibly.
Whoa!
Well, so this winter we had a job site over there, and someone broke in there. They got all the microwaves for the apartment building, and so they were in the basement, which was like a drive-in parking garage
Yes.
underground, and they put them all down there. And somebody came in and took all of them. There's like 120 of them, and then they went through the hallways and took all of those propane bullet heaters. And one of them spilled, and they spilled diesel fuel all over the floor. So then they had to cut the floor out and replace it because there's no way you're ever going to get that smell out.
Nope, never.
So they stole all the heaters. They stole a bunch of tools. They stole 120 microwaves. East side.
The pawn shops are just full of those things right now.
Those
But
guys
where do
don't
you
care.
take those?
They don't care.
Pawn
You're
shops.
gonna
It has to be a pawn
you're gonna
shop.
have to load those in a truck and take them to Colorado. You can't sell those locally.
No.
They're too
Maybe
hot.
they do. Maybe they do. It's like that thing about steel. The wheels from the Texas dealership is way more high profile, but
Right.
maybe you do take it to the other state, and try to sell that stuff there. Maybe you throw it in your truck and you go to swap meets, and I didn't see any microwaves, but maybe you do. I don't know.
The local rock station, they have that morning show, like all rock stations do.
Yeah.
And they do a stupid news thing like a couple times during their show. And one of them, like a month or two ago, was somebody had broken into some dude's house and stolen a bunch of stuff and then took it to a pawn shop. And the guy whose house they broke into was the owner of that pawn shop. And he was the one working the
counter at the time.
counter when they brought it in. Yeah, I'll take that back and
Sure,
appraise
yep,
it. Call
great.
the cops.
Sorry, it's just taking a minute. Just hold on for me.
Yeah, just give me like 10, 15 minutes to
Yep.
kind of sort through
Yep,
all of it.
gotta do
and
some
I'll be right
paperwork,
back
you
up
know?
here.
Yeah, I'm gonna need your ID before I can give you this.
Yeah. Get a quick picture of you here with my phone. Great. Sounds good. Thank you.
Oh, you know they have cameras on
that's
on
true,
that.
yep.
They don't. Yeah.
Is that your Chevy Avalanche out there? Yeah, I'll
Yep.
need the plate off of that too.
Just
while we're
license
at
plate
it.
real quick.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Registration. Great. Appreciate it.
Social security number. I mean, what else can I get from you?
So, what else was there? There was that dope air conditioner, Robbie.
Oh man,
I don't.
You
Still
had
don't understand.
nothing to do with
So
it.
I
it's
don't
like-
know why you even sent that to me.
because it's funny.
Because it would look sick. Dude, think of Drifter's style
Rad rod
points.
stuff.
Style points.
Yeah.
Style points
So put an aftermarket air conditioner.
from the 50s.
From the
50s.
50s. It hangs on your window,
yeah.
Seems like a
Don't you
bad
remember
idea.
and
us talking
then
about
you like
that?
fill it full of water, like and then the air just pulls into it and blows across like some sort of radiator, and it just blows cold air into the cold with heavy
Relatively.
quotes.
Moist air.
It's wet.
Wet air. Yeah. Hashtag wet. Hashtag dope. Come on, Robbie. It was $30. I almost bought it. I really
Just because it'd be
it was
funny.
$30.
Well, in that case, then you should have bought it. You
I
should have bought
know,
that, and you
I
should have
know.
bought the diff.
Be sweet hanging off the Omni.
It would have been kind of cool hanging
that
off
makes
the
more
Omni.
sense.
Not as cool as a 240 though. That's for damn sure.
Well, the 240 doesn't run, so air conditioning means nothing.
Especially since it has to be moving to work.
Exactly.
Ouch.
He digs deep.
So my dad had a booth there,
Yep.
So he pulled his bitchin' side pipes off of the Trans Am.
No, they weren't
Brought
in the
him with?
booth, were they?
Yeah.
Son of a
now they're
bitch.
Gonna, now they're gonna be on a Ranchero.
That's a bitchin' Ranchero. That guy gets it.
Yeah, I know, right? He looked like he was 2 weeks out from finishing his bitchin' mullet too. Man, I mean,
We should have talked to that guy.
yeah. He
Come
gets
on,
it.
Robbie.
He gets it. He was telling my dad that he's been looking for side pipes for a long time because Thrush doesn't make them anymore, and he wanted Thrush side pipes. And last year here, he bought 4-inch stacks from somebody,
Oh, not for the Ranchero,
and
did
he was going to put them along the side, try and make side
Oh.
pipes out of them for the Ranchero, and it just wasn't working because they were too big, and he was pumped.
It's going to be super awesome when it's done.
And that's why swap meets are the greatest thing ever. Because
Made that guy's day.
here we are like making fun of my dad for having a car with side pipes, and this dude's been looking for them, and he's fucking pumped.
I think your dad should have left the side pipes on because I think this guy with the Ranchero, it's going to be spot on.
He had the turbine Kragers there off that car too for sale.
Selling those too?
Yeah, he had those for sale. Someone tried to buy the center caps.
Of course.
I just need one of those.
Yeah, I'll sell
No.
you one. Okay,
I'll sell
thanks.
you.
The wheels.
I'll sell you one of those with the wheels, $100. But I don't know.
Was there anything there that you would have bought if you had the money?
I don't really think that
Cars
there
or
was
anything?
anything I was overly excited about.
There was a
There were
sweet
no sweet turbo Dodge parts there.
turbo or non-turbo.
Either or, frankly.
Just 80s Dodge stuff.
80s Dodge stuff?
Is what he means.
No, there's
I
probably
actually-
some 80s Dodge stuff, just not 80s front wheel drive Dodge.
Yeah, I didn't really see anything 80s Dodge. I saw a sweet, it was like a 65 Ranchero that basically didn't run, but it had a really sweet patina to it and was on the guy's trailer. He was trying to sell it. I think he only wanted like $1,200 for it. It was pretty sweet.
If I just had like this surplus of cash, I probably would have bought that C30 tow truck. Just because I think
Oh, yeah.
having
yeah.
one of those would be cool.
So there was a C30 tow truck, like a 70. So like my dad's vintage of truck, but it was
C30's like the bigger, like
it's a half
3/4
or
ton.
full ton.
Is that full ton at that
yeah,
point?
30's
Okay.
full ton.
Okay, so like C10, that's the smaller one. C30 is like a full ton sized truck, but it had a full tow truck bed on it. It was pretty sweet.
Was it made out of wood?
No, like
Oh.
metal.
Legit. It was like a
Like-
tow truck.
That thing weighs as much as his dad's C10 by itself.
Oh, I'm sure.
It just looked cool. It'd be cool to take it to shows and stuff.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to kind of restore it. I really, really want like a cab over engine car hauler. I think that'd be a sweet project. I've kind of talked to my dad about it a couple of times.
Yeah.
His response is always, move back to Sioux City and we'll build one.
Of course. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah,
That's helpful.
Move to Des Moines and we can build one.
I want a car hauler that's like a 70, well, C30, I guess. That's the car hauler I want because I think that would look sweet with the Fiat on the back. Plus, the Fiat's small. You might actually get it on there and be able to take it places.
There's no reason you couldn't build some sort of inclined car hauling ramp.
Yeah, and put it
Store
on.
tools and stuff underneath it.
Yep.
That would be pretty cool.
Like the ramp truck from...
yeah, that's what I mean.
Yep.
That'd be sweet. That'd be a fun
It'd be a good project. I think it'd be a great project. Just got to find... It is kind of hard to find full tons. I guess it probably wouldn't have to be a full ton. You probably get away with a 3/4 ton, but...
Yeah, they're always beat up.
Yeah. They're work trucks. I mean,
yeah.
somebody was using them for work. That tow truck was beat up.
But it was in better shape than a lot of them are.
It's probably true, yeah.
So
I'd say that. There was I think it was a 96 Vulcan 1200. The guy only wanted like $1,100 for. Had 26,000 miles on it.
Oh.
If I had the money, I should have bought
I
that.
totally would have bought that go-kart with the 5-horse Briggs and Stratton on it.
Oh, are you talking about...
It was like $300 you wanted for like a go-kart, brakes, 5-horse Briggs and Stratton on it. Perfect. I would have loved it.
Dude, we totally forgot about that.
The sandrail?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was the sketchiest thing. The trailer. He took a car dolly, like a 2-wheel car dolly.
Yeah.
And made a trailer out of it. He took like an I-beam. So he had the sandrail with like the Volkswagen air-cooled engine in the back, you know?
Yes.
Like full sandrail. And the back wheels of that sat on the car dolly. And then there was an I-beam welded to where the hitch used to be. And that extended all the way up, and then he built a platform for the front wheels and then welded the hitch back on in front of that.
There is no way that's going to fail.
But I'll bet that whole thing weighs 1,000 pounds, the car, so who cares?
Yeah.
He'll be fine.
He'll figure it out.
I'm sure the welds are secure.
Sure, he's a great welder, Robbie.
I'm sure you did it with a stick welder, which is right where you want to go.
Hater.
It looked cool, though. It was street legal.
Yeah,
The sandrail was.
The sandrail was kind of sweet.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the trailer. I was
Well,
going to say hard air quotes on
hard
street
air quote.
legal.
It was street legal in quotes.
Nah, the sandrail, that'd be kind of cool
I thought it was
for
pretty
a
cool.
little while. For the right price, it'd be fun to play with and then sell.
K-swap it.
K-swap it. That's not where I was expecting you to go.
Well, I said LS4 swap it at the swap meet, but I just thought I'd throw something else out there.
Trying to mix it up.
Trying to mix it up
Robbie's
so
all
we
this
don't-
LS swap this, LS swap
Right.
that
No,
now.
I just want to
People
run
are going to
car.
stop listening to this podcast because I think there's an LSX podcast that already exists. So
Yeah.
K-swap. Why not? Throw it in. Just throw something else out there.
Don't SR20 swap it.
Don't
It's
SR20
not
swap
worth it.
Did they make a front-wheel drive SR20?
Yeah, it's called the SR20 DE.
Yeah,
And
they came
for
in
the,
it was in the Sentras.
Sentras.
Sentra? So you could have done that.
Could have taken a lot of parts off of that. Yeah.
Don't do it.
Same
Oh, you're
cranks.
saying mount it
longitudinally?
longitudinally? Or no, transverse?
Yeah,
Mount it
transverse.
Sorry,
Yeah.
transverse.
Because in the sandrail, the
Okay.
Volkswagen engine
yeah,
came
I
out
see
the
where
back.
you're going with this.
I think it would fit. The packaging
when
would
we
be
were
better.
talking about it at the swap meet, I thought you were talking put an LS4 in it longitudinally.
No,
But you're talking like
sideways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like where your head's
Just
at.
better packaging, I'd say.
Yeah, I like where
Slide it
your
right
head's
up in
at.
there. Better packaging, Robbie.
Okay.
It's a better package.
The worst
all
part.
around.
The worst part was where you had your hands in like a cupping motion.
It's
and
a
you
better
lifted
package.
It. It's a better
Phrasing.
package.
Phrasing.
As you lift your cupped hand in the
It's
air.
a better package. Cough, please. Turn your head. Thank you.
Don't cough into the mic.
So I
Is
think
that better?
that was it for the swap meet.
Well, what would we do on Sunday?
What did we do on Sunday, Robbie?
Can I say it in English?
Sure.
Please.
Went to the Concours de Elegance.
Elegance. Thank you.
Now
We
say
have to
it.
accentuate
Tell-
the A.
Now,
Gans.
now tell me how to say it in the most pretentious way possible.
The Concours d'Elegance.
There you go.
I don't know if you say the S on Concours or not. I assume it's a
Concours?
French word.
Concours.
Concordia.
Concours de Elegance.
Concours d'Elegance? That's
Elegant.
probably how you say it.
Elegant.
Yeah, for
you gotta
sure.
hold your hand up.
Yeah.
Similar to the cupping motion, but slightly different.
It's as if you're holding a wine glass or a whiskey.
And you're swirling it.
Yep.
It's just one hand of the cat.
Oh, yeah,
Egyptian
yeah.
cat.
The Egyptian cat. So we did that on Sunday. Yeah, we dressed up like assholes, didn't we?
We sure did. when I didn't go to the swap meet on Saturday, I spent most of the afternoon finding my outfit for Sunday.
So
you were that shit was wet.
Thank you.
we did so normal concourse or like traditional concourse.
Yeah,
I guess.
like if you're at Pebble Beach.
Pebble Beach concourse. Those people. I mean, that's an event. People dress up. They wear a lot of tweed.
questionable sport coats.
They wear questionable sport coats. So we decided that we were going to do that, and we were the only people there that did.
There was a few people that that was clearly their daily outfit.
There was some old guy, 60-year-old guys that had elbow pads on their jackets, but that was about it.
Well, we got compliments.
We did get compliments.
That girl in her dress walked
Quite a
past
few.
us and told us "Oh, cute! You guys are all in your jackets and everyone's matching." Well, not matching, but
No, we were
we were
theme.
together.
we were a
right.
theme.
It was cool though.
It could have been a lot worse.
I still have blisters on my feet from those shoes.
Why did you buy a shoe that was 3 sizes?
There were 2
smaller than
sizes
your
too
foot?
small, and because I needed ridiculous shoes to go with my ridiculous outfit.
It looked good though.
I wish I would have had more time to prepare.
Yeah, you just wore a red jacket and a regular shirt under.
So, funny story
Shoes
about
weren't
that
even
red
fancy.
jacket. It's the first time. So, a couple of my friends bought that years ago at a Goodwill, and it's been hanging in my closet ever since. I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do with this? They thought it was funny. So, I was carrying it when I was walking back to my car, and I felt something in one of the pockets. I was like, what? So, it was one of the inside chest pockets. Pull them out. That's 2 tickets to the Ankeny Volunteer Firefighters Dance from 1974.
What? It's that old?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it's that old.
It's in good shape.
I
for
think
being,
that was the only time it had ever been worn previously.
It's in good shape for being. I never would have guessed that was 40 years old.
No, I wouldn't
40.
have either. That's crazy.
It was very fashionable.
I don't know. Mine was double-breasted, so I don't know if you want to go who was more fashionable. My green suit.
Oh, you were killing it.
Green suit.
It was a good look.
Jess
the hat.
had the floppy hat, the whole 9
yeah.
yards. It was
Robbie
great.
had a pretty spot on hat as well. I
went-
don't know what you call that.
I went to
hat, but-
Goodwill, got my shoes, my jacket, my shirt.
Where'd you
all-
get the fedora?
That was later. So I got all of those 3 things for $12.
Damn.
And then I went to the mall and I found a hat on extreme clearance at
Express.
Express for $13.
Is that like a hipster shop or something?
Yeah, a lot of gay guys wear their clothes.
Express, yeah, Express
It's
is
really
hipster.
fashionable.
It used to be. Didn't it used to be more fashion? Does anybody actually buy anything from them anymore?
I have one of their suits. It fits me real nice. 'Cause I'm a skinny guy. Like they have slim fit.
It was like
clothing.
Express was a thing for a while. Like it was the place to go. I don't know that anybody goes there
Like
anymore.
an Abercrombie type of
Yeah, it was like that, and I
Except
think
more
it's fallen
high
out
fashion.
I think it's fallen out of favor.
Yeah. And then to top it all off, I got a bow tie from JCPenney, also on extreme clearance for $5.
Because they were all just terrible, like, style.
Everything was
choices.
green.
Everything
I
was
knew-
green.
I knew you'd like it because it's your favorite
Fucking
color.
hate green.
It looked good. It
I was
looked
trying
good.
to find a mint suit, but this is the best I could
I
do.
thought for sure Robbie's telling us all this shit about it. It's like Robbie's gonna look like such an asshole when he I really thought that was like
'Cause, I figured it'd all be different colors, but like
Right.
it all looked like it had
It
come as a.
it looked all right. It
I
actually
mean, it
looked,
was.
but I just
boom.
thought for sure I'm like we took this too far. We're gonna look so stupid. Like people are gonna be like, really, these dickholes are here.
Because what you
Looking
had,
like
what
this.
were those? I just called them red jeans. and
You called
got
them red
all,
jeans.
Like
They're
upset about it.
rust-colored chinos, you heathen.
Yeah, the best part about your outfit was that you just went to your closet.
I own all of those things.
my suit my coat was actually a full suit,
Right.
and the pants were size 27.
Who has a 27-inch
No
waist?
human being has
Holy
my
cow.
upper body and a 27-inch waist.
No healthy human being.
Were the pants the right length?
Yes,
So that how tall are you?
for like 5'11".
So somebody who's 5'11" has a 27-inch waist.
Yes,
Supposedly.
and then has a normal size upper body.
Like a 38?
Yeah, it was like a
40?
It was
Well,
like-
you
it might have
told
been
me
a
you're
40.
supposed to have a taper.
Yeah, you got a taper, but that's a little
That's-
extreme.
That's
I don't know. I don't think I could get that. Like if I didn't eat, I don't think I would get that small. My
yeah,
hip
so,
bones.
So I had it up like I'm cutting the waist out of it so it'll fit, and it got to the point where it was so haggard. I'm like, nope, I got to wear
It's
jeans.
screwed.
Can't do it.
The jeans looked all right.
Yeah, they're fine.
Did-
Yeah, I
didn't-
think jeans are normal in this situation. You wear jeans and a sport coat.
Yep.
So
So now that we've talked about our outfits, what the hell is this thing we went to?
There were cars there, I think. Yeah.
so I was a bit underwhelmed with the car selection. I was expecting there to be, because you think Pebble Beach, you think all these crazy
$1 million cars.
one-off cars and Bugattis and Ferraris and McLarens and there were a couple of Ferraris, but for the most part, it was just American muscle cars.
I think the people that have showed up in years past didn't show up.
Is that what the deal is?
So, like, the dude from Steinseed, he wasn't there. He brings some old Lamborghini iron with him when he comes, and then
Is he the one that had the P1 there last year?
I don't know if he has a P1. He has a.
Because there was a P1 there last
was
year,
there?
wasn't there?
No, I think there was a
I thought you had said there was one.
MP4 12C. Is what he had for a while.
That was there last year.
Okay.
He's got an MP4 12C, or he's got some newer version
The
of that.
570.
Maybe he's got a 570 now. And then he's got an old Countach and an old Diablo, which are awesome, gorgeous.
We've
very
talked
nice.
about the Countach.
Yeah. So he usually brings those. And then Abba wasn't there, and I don't know if Abba normally comes or
I
not.
think he's got mostly American because he's like famous for having a collection of like all convertibles that are Chevy from like some year in the 50s through today. He has one of every year, but they're GM convertibles.
He's got a couple Yenkos as well.
He's got some Yenkos.
Yeah, he's got the one that
big money.
The one that won Muscle Car of the Good Guys show, or Muscle Car of the show, whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. But he won that award at Good Guys this year with his green 69 Yenko Camaro.
Big money.
Big money. The disappointing thing about it is the paint job on it wasn't great.
Well, no, because then it wouldn't be original.
Sketchy. No, but I mean, it was obviously two-stage with painted in Yenko stripes, but didn't look very good.
So is it a real Yenko?
It's a real Yenko that somebody poorly repainted. And poorly in air quotes. I mean, you're talking about, could be talking about like a $500,000 car. So, like, you should probably get the paint spot on correct, like dead on balls.
If it's
correct.
not right, you do it again.
Maybe that is period correct. Maybe they were shitty.
Well, it would have had, I'm fairly certain a Yenko would have had vinyl stripes on it or some sort of paint. I mean, this was obviously two-stage base coat, clear coat paint in a color that wouldn't have been available in 69. So I was a little disappointed in that car. But
Seems like a weird choice.
It
If
is.
You're gonna
It was.
either restore it right spot on
Yeah.
or do it flawlessly.
It was slightly like Pro Tour, like just a hair of Pro Touring to it, which I thought was really weird. So it was like restored.
So are
but
you
not
sure it's a
fully
real
restored.
Yenko then?
He claims that it is because he's got one of those boards, you know, that the hot rodders have. It's called. He claims it's a real Yenko.
Huh.
It seemed a little weird to me.
Do you have any idea what a Yenko is, Robbie?
Yeah, it's that Camaro and
the dealership, yeah.
There's a dealership, I don't know where, but there was a dealership back in the day that was building these hopped up GM products. They built Camaros. I think there were some Chevelles.
Yeah, they did
And I know
Chevelles,
there were a couple of Corvairs,
Novas,
which I would really like.
Corvairs.
Fucking rad.
They did some second-gen Camaros also, which not many people know about. He did some turbo second-gen Camaros, of all things. I think he's still building, well, he, air quotes, I'm pretty sure he's dead, but I'm pretty sure they are still building Yenko. Like, if you want a Yenko Camaro, you can get one. I don't know what that means, but it wouldn't be any different than like a Hennessy or...
Right.
It's probably some bolt-ons. It doesn't mean anything as much
No,
anymore.
it's just badging and heritage now. But at the time, he was taking...
It'd be kind of cool if you had one.
Yeah.
If you have like a 69 Yenko and you went and you bought a brand new one and they're the same color and stuff, that'd be kind of cool.
But he was taking... I think there were still probably big block SS cars, but like a 396 big block Camaro and putting a 427 in it and then calling it a Yenko and striping them up and changing the headrest so it had his logo on them. And they're pretty cool. I mean, I think they went for some serious money.
Which I think was supercar.
It says S big Y C, which was, probably Yenko supercar or something like that.
I think that was the idea.
But so he was doing a lot of that in the 60s. And those cars now, I mean, name your price, whatever you want to pay. Because he only made 20 of them a year, maybe. Because that's all they could. I mean, they're just a Chevy dealership. They're nothing crazy.
Right.
But, yeah, they're super sought after. There was another dealership that was doing them as well. I can't remember what it was called. And then there were some factory Camaros. Like the original ZL1 was a 69 Camaro that had an all-aluminum 427 in it. Stupid rare. There's like 6 of them.
Yeah. Big money.
Yeah.
$1 million Camaros.
And then there was the COPO Camaros, which I can't remember what that stands for. was some sort of option code.
COPO's their drag pack.
Yeah. So
Then you'd get like no radio, bench seat,
sleeper car. Had like
just
Steelies
like stripped out as light as it can be.
Steelies with pop-on, chrome covers on them. I mean, it looked like a V6 nobody cares Camaro, but then it would have like a 396 in it. Run 12s.
I think the way people were getting those was it was something like you would order them as if you were ordering a taxi or something like that. Because you could order, there was some way, some special division that you could order these however you wanted them a la carte. And that's how people were getting them. And I think that's what COPO is.
Yeah,
and then
it stands for something.
And then Chevy kind of like grabbed it and ran with it because it's heritage.
Yeah. You can still buy COPO Camaros. They only make like 60 of them a year or something. But that's a drag car.
They've got the COPO and Ford makes the Cobra Jet, and I think Dodge is going to enter the ring with the Scat Pack. But they have a drag pack too. I don't know what it's called though.
Oh, Dodge has got a drag pack now?
Yeah.
Heritage. All that stuff's coming back around. All those nameplates. Yep. ZR1, ZL1, all that stuff's from the 60s.
So anyway, Concours.
I thought what's it called? The Future Liner, that big GM thing.
That was pretty cool.
That was neat. I'd never seen one of those before.
Yeah, no.
It's like the size of a bus and a half.
Yeah, it's tall. It's real tall.
Super tall.
I don't know if it was that one, but one of those, when it went through Barrett-Jackson, set the record at the time. It's been broken since at Barrett-Jackson, but at the time, that was the highest grossing vehicle to ever roll across their block. I don't know if it was that one, because I think there was like 12 of them.
Yeah. I'm blown away that they even made that vehicle.
What were they doing with them? Was it a press thing?
Yeah. Each one of them had a different... I think there were 12, and each one of them had a different representation of what they believed the future would be like. Inside of that area that opened up, there was like a diorama.
So that whole thing that was in there would have been possibly original or
except for the 47-inch flat screen TV. I'm pretty sure that wasn't there in the 1950s.
Okay, fair enough. But the stuff that was in there was probably original stuff.
Well, yeah,
because they had like
or reproductions
a uniform and stuff like that.
Yeah, and so each one of them had like a different representation of what this person who designed that believed the future might be, and they toured the country with them.
Yeah, they made 12 of them, and they weighed 12 tons.
Oof!
And they're 11 feet tall.
But they were letting people get up inside it.
Yep.
It was quite a line, otherwise I would have done it, because it's just kind of cool.
It's got to be so weird driving that being that
you're way
far up there.
Yeah, you're at the top of it.
Yep.
So you're
like
basically
you're looking down on semis.
You're like 11 foot in the air. That's pretty... It looks like a weird... I mean, it was a staircase to walk up inside the cockpit.
Yep, literally was.
Or the cabin.
Yep.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, very cool.
And then my favorite, what was it? I can't remember what Ferrari it was. The black one that was sitting. It wasn't even part of the show. It was sitting up the street.
Sitting
that
outside.
was a 488.
488. Yeah. I was gonna say 458, but I knew that was wrong. But yeah, that was my favorite one. It's just not even part of the show.
Just sitting there.
So when I was walking in, this isn't the first time I've seen this car, but when I was walking in, this also wasn't part of the show. There's somebody, and I think they're in Ames, has a bright orange R8, and it has a license plate on it that says whoosh. And what I wonder is if it's like an underground racing car or a Dallas performance car or something like that.
That'd be neat. I didn't see that.
Scott thinks that there's a guy in Boone that owns that, and he made his money making jewelry.
It's got an Iowa State vanity plate on it.
Yeah. Scott thinks he knows that guy.
So I wonder if he just puts whoosh on it because it's fast as
Maybe.
it is, or if it's one of those twin turbo
Yeah,
V10.
2,000 horsepower.
Yeah. Well, because they make like, entry level ones that make like 1,000.
Oh,
And then you can go up
Just 1,000, Robbie.
stage one.
They have stages. How do you feel about that?
Terrible. They're meaningless. They don't mean anything.
Stage 1 is 1,000 horsepower.
Bolt-ons.
Yeah, stage
You
2,
just
1,500.
You just got to bolt on 2 turbos. It's not a big deal. And some
Easy.
exhaust.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
I'll tell you all about stages on my 240. It's real easy. Just bolt on some shit. It runs fine.
Stage 2.
Yeah, that's next time.
Oh, next time? You're just stage 1?
Yeah, I'm just stage 1.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Really, the most interesting thing, at least for me, was the Ferrari 250 GT, which actually lives in the Des Moines area, like Winterset or something like that.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that
It's a
car
very rare car.
had like a back half roll cage in it.
Yeah,
I suppose scaffolding is the right term in this situation.
it's a Mila Magila on the side.
Yep.
2006. So
Yep.
he shipped it over there,
Shipped it to Italy.
raced it,
Drove it on a race road rally.
Nice.
and brought it back.
See,
So at least he uses it.
actually using his vehicle.
At least
And
he
that's,
uses
I
it.
mean, what is that? Mil plus?
Oh, that car? Yeah, maybe, I don't know, 4 million, 5 million.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah, it is
that's
crazy. Because the
serious money. 250
GTO, which is a different league of car, I mean, those are selling for how many monies do you have?
All of the monies.
30, yeah. But I still
You see
think
those at Goodwood Revival? There's guys
Yeah.
racing those 3 inches away from each other, and they're worth $30 million.
yeah, there was a Jag
That E-Type?
that
that
E-Type,
spun?
he was like this. We're talking inches from spinning into a 250 GTO.
They legitimately 30 million pounds.
Wow.
Great British pounds.
Yep.
And he was rolling backwards towards this fucking thing at a high rate of speed coming into a corner.
Yeah, we
and
should
that
try to
dude's
find
on
that
his
video.
brakes.
Yeah.
Whoops.
And there's another hardtop Jag coming the other direction, too. I don't know
Yep.
if those were the lightweight ones that are super, super rare. I don't know.
Probably,
For sure.
probably. I mean, it's Goodwood.
Yeah, there's like 10 of those. You're taking a car that they made 10 of and running it into a car that they made 24 of, and, it's a bad day. There was an original
The world's
Cobra that ran
world's
into a wall.
most expensive starting grid was at Goodwood Revival last year. It was the 10 remaining original Shelby Daytona coupes. And they raced them.
That's
and these guys aren't
amazing.
like doing parade laps.
No, they're racing.
fucking racing them.
Guys are fucking millionaires. They don't care, Robbie.
And
That's
I'm
awesome.
Figure it
and
out.
well, not the drivers. That's the thing. They hire professional drivers and they tell them, I don't care. I want to win.
I'd
Go
crash
out there and drive it like it's your
Like it was
track
meant to
day
be.
Miata.
I'd crash my own car, thanks.
And then I think that the world's most expensive accident was also a Goodwood Revival.
I believe that.
I don't know any stats on it. I can't. That's complete. But I remember reading something, but I couldn't even begin.
Yeah. Well, then we got that Ferrari, and then 4 cars down next to it, or no, not obviously next to it, but 4 cars down is your 1999 Viper GTS with the original tires.
Original tires. How many
And they
miles
were
were on it?
3,500.
Proud of
And they were proud of that.
That
What
car
a waste
shouldn't
of a
be
car.
allowed on the street because those tires are not safe.
No, absolutely
Those
not.
cars aren't safe to begin with, and you have the original tires from 1999.
Which are worthless. They're just
Rock.
garbage
Just get rid of
tires.
them. Like I said, put them on a shelf in your garage if you're that proud of them.
Yeah.
But get some real tires.
I don't
Put
get
some
it.
R888s on there so you don't kill all of us.
And that GT only had like 3,000 miles on it, right? There was a Ford GT there, and it had no miles on it either.
I've seen that one driving around Des Moines, though. Like I'm
have
sure
you?
it was like a complete coincidence that I happened to see him driving it, but I have seen that guy driving that.
I'm pretty sure that was less than 10,000 miles, though, on
yeah.
that car.
Oh, yeah.
Why, though?
It's such a waste.
Especially that, because like that's not like some crazy high-strung, high-dollar rebuild motor that has 10 hours of life on it, and then you got to take it into some factory to get it rebuilt. It's a
It's a relatively new car.
It's a Ford F-150 SVT motor.
yeah
is what
with
it
a
is.
with a Whipple on it.
It's literally, they took the Lightning motor and changed something. I don't
It's
know.
probably got like a smaller pulley on it, so it makes more boost.
But
or
it
something.
is the Lightning motor in a mid-engine chassis.
At
That's
least it's
all
not
it
an
is.
EcoBoost.
Right, at least it's not a Ford Taurus motor. Exactly. That's my thought exactly. Did you hear that they're putting a Taurus motor in the Raptor now too?
What?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
putting the V6 twin turbo in the Raptor.
And then are we still getting the V8 option?
No, sir.
No, sir.
All right.
That's
It's
it.
gone.
I'm picking another daily
And it's
driver.
aluminum now.
Picking a new daily driver.
It's aluminum.
Aluminium.
Aluminium.
The aluminium is fine. I'm actually not even that mad about the twin turbo V6. I just knew it'd make Robbie mad.
I'm kind of on this V8 noises kick.
Right.
So
You just got to keep going on this
you
this
get- you
wave.
get it. You
Just
get it.
just get in a groove and just stick with it. Just V8 swap the world.
yeah. Oh, is there anything else on Contours de Elegance that we need to talk about?
It was cool to see an original Morgan three-wheeler.
Yep, there was an
Yep.
original. He won the motorcycle class.
That doesn't surprise me.
There's some cool stuff. I think there's a couple old Ducatis there though.
Yeah.
Some other stuff like
Yeah,
that.
there's some weird stuff. I don't know. There's like a bunch of those pre-war cars. Like they're cool, but I have a hard time being overly interested in them.
Nashes. I think
Just
there were
like
some Nashes there.
like Auburns and all these weird cars I've never heard of. I have a really hard time finding interest in them.
The thing that sucks about that is there's probably more like craftsmanship in those cars.
Oh, absolutely.
Than anything else. It's just, you just don't. It's just like, I don't know what any of this stuff is. Like, this is cool.
There's no way for me to relate to it.
Yeah, that's the problem.
It's the only place I'm ever going to see it. I don't know anything about it. I just don't really. It's not that I don't care. That's probably not the right term.
Just doesn't get his rocks off on them.
Doesn't
get his blood pumping.
They're not wet.
I understand.
They're not wet. They're not dope either. There was a drift car there. There was an S chassis there, Robbie.
Yeah, there was an S chassis.
With a 1J or a 2J, one of the two.
Yeah, we don't know
we're
well
not
enough to
we're
know.
not we're not J aficionados, so
Nope.
it just was 6 cylinders and said Toyota on the top of it. So
Yeah, he clearly had to take his firewall out to make it fit. I mean,
I thought that those went in there easier than that, but apparently
No,
not.
the RB probably
Apparently
does
not.
because that's a lot smaller displacement.
in the RB also you have to basically dent that firewall in.
You
I don't
still
think it's
got
That
much.
wasn't dented.
That was removed.
That was cut.
But I think you can get away with denting the firewall in for the
And an RB.
RB. I'm not
Go Jeremy Clarkson on it.
basically
Hammer
because I mean, yeah, I don't think you can do a 2J without removing the whole
doing
thing.
some
That's a long
moving stuff right.
engine.
It's a big engine.
3-liter inline 6.
No doubt about it. Anything else on Concours?
No, we can move on to the news.
This is a nice day.
It was a really nice day.
Go ahead and move on, Robbie.
So we can start the news with Alfa. Alfa Romeo has taken the sedan Nürburgring fastest lap time.
Back.
Fuck you, Porsche.
Oh, that's right. They had it. Then they lost it to the Porsche Panamera. Stupid car. And then they took it back.
Watch yourself, Robbie.
Then they stole it back with their Giulia.
Apparently, so what Alpha said was that the thing that made the big difference was that this one was done with the ZF 8-speed and the previous one was done with the manual.
Yep.
And that was what made the difference.
How's that make you feel?
Frustrated. I hate it
Well,
so bad.
so I read this thing on somebody had made a comment on the Jalopnik article about it, and they said the Nürburgring is 154 corners.
Yes.
So if you do each one of those corners 1/10 of a second better than the last time you did it, you shave 15 seconds off of your Nürburgring lap time.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, when you go out there with a transmission that shifts, maybe it's even just hundredths, but probably realistically tenths of a second faster than the human can shift it, that's your time right there.
Yeah, without a doubt. And that's why all the supercars are going to these paddle shifts, super high end 8-speed
I'm not
automatic.
encouraging it, but
Yeah.
I understand why it is.
Yeah, it is faster. I get it. I prefer the manual. I think it's something to be said about doing it with a manual transmission.
Yeah, my thing about it, like, I am not a purebred racing driver.
No.
As much as I would like to pretend that I'm some world class stud when it comes to racing.
I thought you were just going to say at life.
Well,
whatever.
Stud, full stop.
every morning I wake up and piss excellence. I mean, let's
You
be
can't even
real
say
here.
that 11.
But so I mean, okay, so I'm 0.2 of a second per lap slower around an average racetrack, not a Nürburgring, but an average racetrack. I'll take it for the manual.
Absolutely.
It's whatever.
Yeah, and when you are chasing strictly just the lap time.
If this was a
you'll do
time
anything to
attack
get
build,
it.
I'll put a paddle shifter in it.
Yep.
If this is my HPD track slut, I'll take the manual, please.
Yeah, so just to put it out there, Alpha's original time was 7 minutes, 39 seconds, and then the Panamera beat it, I think it was, 7:38, and then now with their new Giulia, they went to 7 minutes and 32 seconds. So it was a pretty decent gap, jumping 6 seconds.
Did you watch the video?
He was at almost 11 tenths.
He
though.
doesn't give a shit.
10.5 tenths for sure. Holy
There was
crap.
at least 4 turns where he shakes the steering wheel, and you think he's gone. Like it's on the edge of just slamming it into that wall. And he's in jeans and he's wearing a watch.
Doesn't give a shit.
Care.
Doesn't give a shit. He just showed up.
It's funny because the Porsche is caged. The dude's in a full FIA
Race suit.
racing seat with a Hans device and everything. And this guy in the Giulia is out there with short sleeve shirt and jeans, just
Not giving a shit.
Like an autocross day.
not for a Sunday cruise.
He's the Maserati and Alpha test driver, if I understand that correctly.
Yeah.
And he just shows up Yeah, give me a helmet.
Whatever.
Give me a helmet. I won't even take this watch off. And just
Did you see his
beats the
name?
piss
Did you
out
see
of
his name?
Is it the most Italian
Fabio
name?
Francia.
Yeah, Fabio
Yes.
Francia.
Yes.
Give a fuck. He's my new hero.
Yes. He's my new favorite driver.
Fabio, if you want to come on the show, just contact
Just
us.
let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
But I guess Porsche's got another shot at this because they have a Turbo S. So they're going to try
Oh,
again.
that wasn't
hope
done
they
with the turbo car?
6
Turbo.
seconds is a lot of room.
Well, there's a Turbo and a Turbo S.
Oh, is that what the deal
Yeah.
is?
And a GTS and an S and a non-turbo and a 4 and a 4S
And now there's a plug-in hybrid.
and a hybrid.
So there's
What
so-
flavor would you like your
so-
Panamera in?
Yeah, so technically I hate 7 cars.
No, because there's a 911. There's a 911S.
Nah, I don't hate the 911.
4S. Okay.
I hate the Panamera.
There's a Cayman. There's a
Yeah,
Cayenne.
I can live with that. That's
Cayenne.
fine.
There's
Whatever.
3 levels of Cayenne.
Oh, at least.
There's at least 2 levels of Macan.
Are they like
Macan.
Are they like stages?
No.
Yeah, kind
You
of.
sure?
Damn it.
Like stage 1 is like
That's what they should call
No,
it.
they just chip it differently.
They should call it the the McCann Stage 1, the McCann Stage 2. That'd be a lot easier than all
that
these
would make
letters
yeah,
and
it
numbers.
makes
when
sense.
we start our racing, or when we start our car
Car
company,
company Stage 1.
yeah, that'll be what we do.
Bolt-ons
That's just
only.
what they're called. We'll have our car company name, and then stage will be the name of the car, and 1, 2, and 3 will be the trim level.
I like
Stage
it.
1's just bolt-ons, though.
Obviously.
Bolt-ons.
Stage 2 has turboed.
It's something's welded on this one.
Or
can't bolt it on.
You took something out like a cams and whatnot.
We took the radio out. Stage 2.
Well, you had to go into the engine stage 2.
Oh, is that what that
Sorry,
means?
that's what I meant.
What's Stage 3 then?
Full done internals, like forged everything.
Are you being serious right now, or are you joking? I can't
No,
tell.
because that's not at all what like APR stages
I know, that's
are.
what I'm saying. Are you
Oh.
being serious?
Am I taking it too far?
No, I'm asking a serious question. Are you being like,
Is that what we're doing here?
are you defining the stages for real?
Kind of.
Is that how
That's
they're defined in an S chassis?
That's how it was kind of assumed. Because like when you do, well, no, because you have a stage 1 cam, which is like 255 degrees, and then stage 2 would be 264 degrees, and stage
See?
3 would be 272
It's
degrees.
a part that has stages.
Yeah.
So are you stage 1.1 then? Stage 1.8?
This
now
is
it's
why it doesn't
confusing.
make any
It
sense.
doesn't make
Because
any
like,
sense.
3?
like with APR, if say my TT, I want a stage 1 TT. That's like an air cleaner and a catback. You know, it's like
Yeah.
a cold air intake and a catback, and then stage 2 has a tune and a this and that. Stage 3 you got something else, and stage 4 is like a different turbo. And
How many stages can we go?
I don't know. I think I've seen stage 4. Can you go stage 5, 6?
Let's do
well,
it.
and then there's
Stage 10. I don't
there's
care.
pluses. You've got
Oh,
stage
shit.
2 plus.
In-betweens.
Yeah, where you took one of the parts off of the stage 3 and you put it on a car that has otherwise is just stage 2, stage 2 plus.
It's not stage 3, obviously.
Stage 2 plus.
This is stupid.
It is stupid.
That's our PSA.
So's bolt-ons though. Like when we were at that car show, I won't say which one because you can put it
Define
together.
full bolt-ons.
Right. Somebody's like, "Oh, it's my Subaru's got bolt-ons." The guy's like, "What the fuck does that mean?"
Because a big turbo can be a bolt-on.
You could bolt on a turbo.
Yeah.
You bolt on a new header, a new turbo, you bolt on an intercooler. I mean, as long as you've never opened up that motor, those are
They're bolt-ons.
bolt-ons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funniest comment I've ever heard at a car show for sure. He's just like, "What is it? What the fuck's that mean?" Fair enough. Touche, sir.
Yes. Moving on. Bridgestone is teaming up with. I screwed it up. It's a British Jaguar only classic.
Don Law
Racing to make a tire for the XJ220. Seems unnecessary.
Did you have... I tried to find it. I never did.
I did. I found the tire sizes.
What is
Yeah,
it?
It's you go.
You ready for this? Because I have
Born ready.
never been able to fucking find this tire size in my life. The front tires are a 255/45/17.
I don't think that's a weird
I checked
tire size.
multiple sources to make sure that was correct, and that is correct.
And how many people... Go to TireRack. How many is in
The
that
list was
size?
like 8 pages long.
There's 10 tires on TireRack alone for that size.
Okay, the second size, which I could kind of understand, is a 345/35/18.
A little harder to get. You can
get
get it in a Hoosier A7.
Yes, you can get an A7 in that.
Do they
size.
make an R888 in that size?
No.
No.
But I'll bet someone makes a 305 or a 325 that would still fit on that
I'm pretty
rim.
sure you could probably get a 335/35/18. I would
Oh, yeah.
bet that you could.
You can get that all day long.
Because people put 335s and crazy shit on.
GTRs.
Yeah,
You see them on GTRs all the time.
or
Yeah, they do that square. It's crazy.
Yeah. So
Well, then not only is
It's first world
what's the
problems.
problem
man.
here?
These are some
dude,
real first world problems.
BTW, the XJ220 is listed on TireRack, and you can search for those sizes.
that's awesome.
The XJ220 is also on the show and display list, so that it can be imported to the United States before it was 25 years old.
So if you can buy one of the 275, go right ahead.
Did they make that many of them?
275.
Did they? Okay, I thought they made a lot less than that. Fair enough.
So not only is Bridgestone teaming up with I'm screwing up.
Don
again.
Law Racing.
Don Law Racing.
Law, like
Law.
like
Bob
lawyer?
Law? Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, none of you guys are going to get that. Sorry. Lawyer.
Bob Law.
Bob
What?
Law.
What?
It's a Arrested Development reference.
Oh, then no.
Continue on.
So yeah, Bridgestone is teaming up with them to make this, and after that, Pirelli announces they're working with Jaguar to create their own as well.
Really?
So
Pirelli?
for 275 cars that don't fucking move ever, they're going to have two tire companies go out of their way to make tires for them.
That's
when
very,
there's already people making
it's very
tires
Italian
for
of
them.
Pirelli, though.
So stupid.
Well, we're making one. Like, you should go get the shit. Get the tool. Like, we're going to make some fucking tires. Call somebody with a car. Let's make some tires.
We'll make these original tires for this car you won't
Absolutely.
drive ever.
Yeah.
So, do we know what brand tire came on it when it was new?
I want to say Pirelli. No,
Was it a
I
Bridgestone?
think it was Bridgestone originally.
Okay, so
Because
Bridgestone
they're making a P0 Pirelli.
work
for it.
Pirelli P0.
For it?
Yes.
So now you can buy a really wide Pirelli P0 for your GTR.
Cool.
That's probably where they'll sell it.
That's what we should have started with. You can have a really wide P0 for your 18-inch GTR wheels. Public service announcement.
Yeah, it just talk about a waste of time.
It is a waste of time. Like
First
they were
world
talking
problems, Robbie.
It was on every news outlet. And the thing is, like I was reading Autoblog, which apparently doesn't know shit about cars anymore. They're like, back in the 90s, car wheels were so small. And I'm like, what were they, fucking 15s or something? And so I went and looked it up. I'm
That's
like,
what I
17
assumed
and
they were-
18?
I assumed they were going to be like that Countach.
Yeah.
It was like a 335, but it was a 15-inch rim,
Yeah, that makes sense.
It was like a 3-something 60 15.
which is like a really, really weird tire. And I'm sure that nobody makes that size.
But no, and they were like, the wheels are so small that, it's hard to get a tire for. No, they're not small. Modern cars come with 17s and 18s.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody
Basically
did.
every one of them
Nobody
does.
went on TireRack and double checked that.
Yeah.
Oh, this is news you can only get from 1010's podcast.
We do the research.
We didn't copy everybody else's bullshit. We actually looked
We
it up.
called them out.
We did.
Speaking of doing
Autoblog.
research, I've been to 3 locates since we talked about roll down windows in the Colorado.
Yes.
None of them have had that guy, but I was fully prepared to ask him if he was there.
Shit.
I'm still trying for you, though,
next time.
folks.
Should go
Still
to
trying.
their office. Like, hey, I just quick
Well,
question.
so the company that puts the toolboxes and stuff in the beds, because apparently you can't just go down to Baumgars or whatever and buy a toolbox. You got to like pay a company to outfit that.
Isn't that what DZ does? Like, for a job.
I don't know, but there's a company in I believe it's Soy City, which is this tiny little town of like 45 people right next to Katie's
Soy
mom's or where Katie's mom lives,
like
which
soy
is
sauce?
also SWEA, but it's pronounced soy.
No.
Not gonna live there.
Sway maybe?
Sway City.
Sway City? I don't know.
Getting crunk in Sway City.
I'll do that.
You guys want to go get crunk in Sway City tonight?
But
We get turned.
there's a building there, and that's where they do all the bed outfitting and stuff. And so you'll go by there, and there'll just be like this parking lot off to the side with like 80 Colorados in it. So next time I'm up at Katie's mom's house, I'm probably gonna run by there and just look in
Look
the
in there.
Stick
windows.
your head in the window.
Seriously, I mean, DZ has made a whole business out of selling toolboxes for trucks. So just buy
Well,
one
why
there.
do it yourself when you can pay someone else to do it?
That's true, and you can pay somebody else 8 times more than you would have paid for a DZ box.
Well, because they also do like full bed conversion, box conversions. Like
Like
if you want a
with the
utility
toolboxes
truck,
on the side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do that too, and they'll buy the truck that doesn't have a bed on it from
Yeah.
and that's fine. But like USIC, they have like a fucking topper and some bolt-in toolboxes.
Man, somebody knows somebody to
Yeah.
get that contract.
Yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
We're working on it.
tirelessly.
What else you got, Robbie?
Moving on. The Ariel Atom made a concept that has fans to create downforce.
Fans for downforce.
Didn't Red Bull do this with
No.
one of their concept too?
Red Bull's
A handful of other.
There's a Red Bull like virtual concept on Gran Turismo that has fans.
That's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, so
No wangs on this car, as the kids say.
I need
no
this.
big wang.
No big wang.
So
Can I get mine with the big wang?
get extra drag.
Get a wang and a fan.
I want the all the downforces.
At that point, it might be overkill. Might
I'll just
cause
put a big
problems.
If you call them up and say, I need a wang and a fan, they'll probably hang up on you. But if you show them some money, they'll probably do it.
they'll
Like,
do it.
don't hang up on me. I have
Wait.
lots of money. I have a net worth of greater than $250 million.
Yes.
I want fans and the wang.
Wangs and fans, sir. Thank you. Check both boxes for me. Thank you.
Is that a la carte? Because I'll take
I will
both.
take all options. Thanks. And the V8.
I need one of these in my life. I really, really, really like the Atom.
Yes.
Not really, really, really like the Atom.
Okay.
I need one of these.
So Ariel Atom has this. What was that? What's called? Just the Ariel Atom.
Ariel is the company.
Yep.
Atom is the car.
Okay. So the Atom has now, or could potentially have, 2 lightweight fans that run on battery power that basically suck the car towards the ground. It creates a low pressure zone.
So there have been a couple of race cars that have done this,
Yes.
with varying degrees of success, but they've always been outlawed because they're just flat out too fast.
Right. Well, they said that even with these 2 air quoted lightweight fans, it actually, when they turn them on, you can see the suspension
Compressed.
compress as it
Yeah, it's got
sucks
like
it to
a
the
rubber
ground.
skirt around it, so that it'll create the vacuum underneath the car, but when you're driving over, rough surfaces, it will conform to it and stuff
Right.
like that.
But it's an interesting concept because you get steady downforce at all speeds.
Yeah, that's the big thing,
Yeah.
because downforce changes dramatically with speed
Yep.
in a normal situation.
Yeah, when you have wings and stuff
this
like that.
this makes downforce at 0 miles an hour.
Okay, I have an engineering question. They claimed in this article that it obviously creates downforce at 0 miles an hour, but that the way that they worded it, it made it sound like it has no adverse effects on acceleration. Is that true? They said it creates zero drag.
I don't think it creates zero drag.
Okay.
But it's definitely less drag than the wing would be.
Okay, I didn't buy that comment because there's still a low pressure zone happening underneath the car.
Yes.
Which you would think would have some effect on your ability to accelerate.
The article I read said that it actually accelerates faster with this setup on it.
Well, no, I would say that is true. My point is, if you didn't have the fans at all, I feel like it would accelerate faster than if it had fans. Is that true?
So you're saying like no arrow, no wings,
No wangs, no fans.
no fans.
Would accelerate faster from like 0 to 60.
I think that the downforce from the fans probably gives you better traction to go.
Okay, that might be true. I could buy that. But my point is, like if you're going from 40 to 60, let's say, or 30 to 60, is it going to be the same as the car with no wangs on it, or is it going to be slower?
Most
I just
modern
don't
day
know for
cars
sure.
with the traction controls and stuff like that are slower from 5 miles an hour to 60 than they are from 0 to 60.
Yeah,
So maybe.
I just, to say it, the way it was worded, the one I read made it sound like you get downforce with no drawbacks.
Let's
Yeah,
hit up
that's-
Adam.
that's
Let's hit
ignorant
up
to think
Ariel.
that.
Yeah.
Let's hit up Ariel. Tell him we want to test these things.
Let's send it
We need
to
a
us.
press car.
We need 3 cars. We need one with no wang. Robbie can have that one. We need the fan car. Adam can have that one, and then I'll take the regular one, and then we'll try them out, and we'll report back.
That seems fair.
So if you're listening, call
We'll take
Ariel
him,
and tell him.
to an autocross,
Yeah.
and we'll take him to a track day, and then we'll make friends with someone who has an airstrip so we can do some acceleration tests.
0 to 100s. And
5 to hundreds.
we'll
We want
report-
rolling,
right, rolling,
and
rolling,
0.
rolling.
Yeah.
Tireless. We'll do it all day if we have to.
Maybe all weekend.
Maybe all weekend. We don't know. It depends on if we
You
get
know
the
what?
data that we
If
need.
it would require me to do it, I would be willing to take off either Friday and or Monday.
I'll take off a week.
I'll
Yeah, I
take
don't
a
care.
long weekend if I need to.
This is
Sorry,
a
boss, I'm
service
feeling
that we
sick.
provide for our listeners for free. I might add.
Oh, yeah.
We'll pay for the gas.
What? I'll do it.
Happily.
Happily pay for the gas.
Because I want the answers.
It's not even for us as much
for
as
science.
it is for science.
I'll write an actual article.
I'll write an
engineering
article.
facts and stuff. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
we have an engineer.
We'll
It's
get
legitimate.
tape measures.
Ooh, can we get coats, like white coats?
Lab coats?
Lab coats,
I
yeah.
don't see why not.
Safety glasses for reasons.
You should always have safety glasses.
We should probably have safety glasses.
Vision-
No,
vision
You
is
need
important.
PPE.
we'll wear PPE. I'll wear a hard hat if I have to.
Oh, absolutely.
You don't know what's going to happen. There could be a
A
piano,
helmet might be a better.
a Morris Minor. You don't know.
So, because most of these cars are going to be driven at like SCCA and NASA events, how the fuck are you going to class that?
You don't. This is a track day car, and that's it.
Yeah, they said that rocks are a problem.
Yeah, I
So-
believe that.
Well,
It's kind of a drawback.
oh, that would be so bad.
Bam!
It's got to
Your
have like
aerial explodes.
it's got to
You
have
don't drive
a
this
bunch of
car on a
guards.
gravel driveway, is what you're telling me.
It's got to have some
Or
sort of a filtration
Marshalltown.
guard thing in there.
It wouldn't work at Marshalltown either.
I don't think it'd work anywhere in the Midwest, frankly.
No, it'd have to be a super clean track. Oh,
But-
for God's sake, don't go off track.
It did say that this was a design exercise. They're fairly serious about creating it, but it's
Yep.
not production yet.
Like I said, you show up with a checkbook, they'll probably
They'll make it work.
they'll help you out. They're a small company; they'll do whatever you want. What else?
And then we'll finish this off with the two-door GTI is discontinued in the United States.
Wah, wah, wah.
It's going to be so many less check engine lights on.
They're gonna buy a four-door, Robbie. Why you gotta be a hater?
You know who I blame for this? The hipsters.
Oh, that stupid hipsters.
What'd the hipsters do?
They golfs are a hipster thing,
That's true.
like base golfs,
Yeah.
e-golfs.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but they didn't buy a two-door. It's not practical enough. Hipsters are practical. With their
Are
fixed-
hipsters practical?
with their
they're not
fixed
with their
Have you seen their
bicycles
pants?
and-
Have you seen their pants?
Pants are too tight.
Pants
and
are,
they're
you
fixed.
can't put shit in their pants.
But that's why they drive Volvo station wagons, because they're very. When it comes to their transportation, they're very practical.
That's true because they got to
A
put.
fixed gear bike is not practical. It has no brakes.
When it comes to their
he does have a
automobiles,
point. When they buy
then
cars, they buy
Very,
Golfs
very-
and Volkswagens.
Yeah,
And Volvos.
And Volvos.
and Volvos.
Damn it.
Why do they do that?
I blame the hipster.
Well, see, the problem is if you don't have any place to put anything in your pants, right?
You need a big vehicle.
You need a big
Yeah.
vehicle, and your shirt's probably too tight. Also, your cigarettes are in your front pocket.
Yes.
Where-
no,
you
they're
don't-
not. They're rolled up in your sleeve.
No, this
No,
is in the 50s.
yeah, just no. This isn't Dazed and Confused. Matthew McConaughey's not here.
Damn it.
But yeah, so you buy a four-door regular Golf, so you can't have a two-door GTI anymore. I had a two-door GTI and it was terrible.
Should have kept it. Now it's worth.
Should have
more.
kept it. It's worth a bunch of money now.
It's definitely appreciated.
It's worth more than I sold it for. That's for sure. 3 years ago.
now
3
it's
years ago?
rare. It's
Yeah, it is.
unavailable.
Oh, no.
It came with the check engine light and the ABS light on already, and the traction control light.
Which, based on our earlier discussion, that means
fine. It's in
still
working
good
condition.
to
It
go.
was
If
fine.
those were out, that's not the one you want.
It's broken.
Yeah, it's about to blow
Don't
up.
reset it before somebody comes over to test drive it.
No,
They'll
it's
be
about to blow-
suspicious.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Don't reset your check engine lights on your VW if you have somebody test drive it because they're just going to ask you about it anyway.
They're gonna know it's something's fishy.
How long do I have to drive this before that light comes back on? That'll be my first.
6
That'll be
miles.
my second question. My first question would be like, when was the last time you replaced the timing belt?
Yes.
Yes.
But if you're panicking while listening to this and realize that your chances of buying this two-door Golf are slim, they're still selling the 2016 models. You can order it online. Get a special order to your dealership, pick it up.
Order a 17. A 16 or a 17?
16.
So you can't have a new one's done. New one's done.
No,
for sure.
no new ones, but you
Okay.
can still order a 16.
Well, there you go.
So
If you want to be unique,
if you want to be one of the less than 10% of their sales, for
they only sold 10% of them as two doors.
You know what that
there were
means?
fewer than 10%.
Damn.
Now hipsters are going to buy the two doors.
Probably.
And they're going to buy all the TDIs.
Oh, of course they're buying the TDIs. That's
Actually,
way hipster.
so
Hipsters, not hippies, though.
I have something about the TDI.
Okay.
So the buyback thing
Yeah.
is valid till some specific date in 2018.
Okay.
And it does not matter the condition of the car as long as it runs. And you can keep it until then. And when you turn it in, regardless of condition or mileage, they will give you the value that they stated now.
So you'd be kind
So
of.
what are we doing to Chaz's car?
Yeah, we should keep that. And
I think we should lemons race it.
We should lift
just
it.
Give me a bunch of penalty laps because it's a brand new car, whatever. We're taking it lemons racing.
What if we do the Baja 1000 in it?
it's got to be running. So we could fix a couple things when it gets back.
We just lift it, right, and put some tires on it, and then we do the Baja 1000.
I'm
It's
into
just
it.
got to
think-
run.
I think we should do like a spec series for the next like year and a half.
We should start a spec series.
It can
for
only run
TDIs.
for another year and a half, though.
It's the best spec series of all time because you have to get in on it now.
Well, and you know how much money you're gonna. The car will be worth something when you're done.
We should do a spec series with a bit of Demolition Derby mixed in with
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Because it doesn't
YOLO.
matter unless you completely fuck up the front end of your car and damage the engine.
A TDI might be the new fastest car in the world. It used to be a rental car, but now I think it might be a TDI.
I'm hard on shit, but if I had a TDI, I'd beat the fucking piss out of it. Beat the piss out of it.
But I'm not sure I'd turn mine in now.
No, you'd hang on to it.
I
You have
think I
to.
might just keep
it'd be,
it.
It'd be foolish to get rid of it now. If you're going to get the same check, unless you need the money.
But
Or
you know what I
really
wouldn't
want
do?
something else.
You know
Yeah.
what I'd definitely do? Well, if it was paid off, I'd keep it until I can't.
Yes.
If it was not paid off, then I might turn it back in.
Okay, then I get that. I would agree.
Or just stop paying and drive it until they take it back.
That's an interesting point also.
if you have your loan through Volkswagen of America, just
come
stop
get it.
paying.
They'll come get it.
They'll come get it, and then they'll put a big bunch of money in your bank account.
That seems backwards, but I like it.
I'll bet that's not how that works. I'll bet if
No.
you stop paying for it, you won't get your buyback.
Probably because they're like,
There's-
where the fuck did the
There's
car
fine
go?
print.
But yeah, if it's paid off, I'd keep it for a while. Why not?
Yeah, I would too. I mean, you clearly like the car enough to buy it new.
Yeah, and most people who have them because they have long commutes or something, and they get like 80. Well, I think they legitimately get
50,
60 miles get 50 to 60 miles to the gallon. Just drive it for another year, turn it in because it's worth whatever it's worth today. It will be worth no matter what happens to it in a year. Somebody T-bones you at an intersection. Some tween on her phone. Well, not tween because she's not driving, but teens on her phone. Bam! She T-bones you. Money.
Just get rid of it then. Just like,
Then you get your
It's your
insurance
problem.
check and your buyback.
So what you're saying is you should crash your Volkswagen if you've got one, and collect insurance on it. That sounds like insurance fraud.
Get that insurance
That's
company
fraud.
that has accident forgiveness. Drive it for the next 12 months, then crash it.
This is more consumer news that you can only get from That's Podcast.
No.
No other news outlet
This
is
is-
giving you
this-
this valuable information.
This episode will be brought up in court.
They said
These
listen,
experts
these
told us.
And they're on the internet.
They're on fucking iTunes. I didn't know.
They told me this is how it was going to work out.
We're going to need to insert a legal disclaimer. in the
Yeah,
front of all
don't
of
do
our shows from
anything
now
that we
on.
tell you to do on this podcast.
Unless it sounds really fun.
No, don't do it then.
Do it.
TDI Spec Series is a bad idea in reality.
Whatever.
It's a great idea, but it's bad.
Life's too short to be worrying about shit like that. Just have fun.
Except for going to jail for insurance fraud. That's bad. That's a bad day.
Well, we won't
Yeah.
do it.
That's true. We
That's-
won't. We
that's
don't.
their
We don't
fault.
have one. We don't have
Report
one.
back to us on how that,
How that works
panned
out.
for.
Write us a letter from jail.
Use us as your one phone call. We'll totally come and bail
I'll listen to
you.
you. No, I'm not bailing. I'm not
we'll
bailing
interview
You
anybody
don't have
out.
to tell them that.
Oh yeah, we'll bail you out. Wink.
We'll,
They can't see that I have my fingers
It's
crossed.
hard to do winks on an audio podcast.
I'll visit you in jail. We'll talk about it on the podcast.
I don't know that they'll let you record in jail.
Whatever. They're recording the whole time.
I
I
wonder
can
if we can get
we can get a
media
tape.
passes.
To jail?
media passes.
Well, how do
That's a
like
good
news
point.
outlets?
That's a good point because news outlets get into jail all the time to interview people.
Yeah, I want to fill out the media pass for a jail.
So somebody please go to jail and
And fill us in on how we
this
can
is going to
visit
be
you.
really bad because now we're probably going to get some weird message from somebody in jail. And
I'm
we're
fine
like,
with that.
what
Can they
the
listen to
fuck?
podcasts in jail? Maybe we have a huge number of people that listen to us from jail because they got nothing better to do.
Maybe. Can you have an iPod in
I think-
certain
I think
levels
you
of
can get-
jail?
yeah,
Well, you
probably?
could get an internet connection.
Well, there you go. Yeah, you could listen to us in jail. That's weird.
Message us if you're listening to us from jail.
Yeah, I guess. Why
Or-
not?
or
If you're in
prison.
jail or prison, I guess.
Send us, well, you'll
message us.
probably have to send us a letter. And I don't want to give you my address, so that's going to
Robbie's
be difficult.
address is.
No. All right, that's all I got this week.
What do we got coming up? Anything? Anything
man.
good?
I don't
So BTW. This will be after this comes out. Des Moines Swap Meet is this weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think we were maybe.
That's not even on my calendar.
I know. I don't
am
know what they're doing.
slacking. The 24th, of September. Well, technically the 23rd at midnight
Midnight Madness
is the last Midnight Madness of the year.
Midwest exclusive.
Yep. And then Saturday is the last O Drift Collective. No, not or there might be.
There's
one
more in
October.
October on the
Yep,
22nd.
But the Reckoning.
The Reckoning.
What is it with the names?
They have better names than other events.
not
Redemption is October's.
Because so that's a thing in No Prep too. They always have
Names.
Armageddon. Why are you guys doing that?
Why wouldn't it be Carmageddon?
Carmageddon. Oh, by the way, somebody ripped off Cargument, and I can't remember where it was.
Sons of bitches.
I heard somebody say fucking Cargument. Oh, it was on Twitter. Motherfucker.
Stole it from us. That's
Should have
ours.
hashtagged that
That's
shit.
ours. Hashtag wet cargument.
And then there's also a Cars
don't
and
say
Coffee
that.
on that Saturday, the one at the Merle Hay Mall. That's the group, not the page, for those of you keeping track.
Neat. My iOS 10 has completely just fucking crashed my calendar. Thank you, Apple.
Hey, maybe you can buy a new iPhone for $700.
I'm not getting another iPhone.
I got a quick funny tidbit to wrap this all up.
Word.
All right.
I got a text message from friend of the podcast, Josh Fettis. It simply states, lawnmower just shot a 2-foot flame. It was legit.
Was it what?
I don't know what.
Too legit to quit? What?
What were you doing that you were shooting flames out of your lawnmower?
A lot of starter fluid.
You need to bring. You're not supposed to run the 85 in
I was
your
literally
lawnmower.
just gonna say that.
Josh.
It's a little rich, maybe.
Bring him.
I don't know a lot about lawnmower.
You might need to
tuning,
bring
but-
that into work. Put it on the dyno. Get it tuned.
Oh. Dude, you want to put that shop on the map? Put a fucking lawnmower on your dyno. I guarantee you, huge on the internet.
That would be good consumer report as well. They said 12 horsepower.
Oh, I know what we're doing now for our YouTube series. Going and buying lawnmowers and then taking them to a fucking dyno. $10,000 later, we know this Craftsman lawnmower makes exactly 12 horsepower. Thanks, Craftsman.
There was down where Robbie and I grew up, there was one thing that was real popular was mini tractor pulls, and they used like varying stages of heavily modified lawnmower engines on small tractors that looked like pulling tractors. And then they had like a small weight sled. It would look like, a half scale weight sled. It was actually pretty fucking sweet. But
Nah.
anyway,
Not into it.
No.
Oh, we said we were going to go do something at Knoxville. The last Knoxville race is this weekend, which will be after this now, but
I'm going to call this weekend, and I really shouldn't be doing that sort of thing.
that's fair.
Because if I go and spend money and get tickets and go somewhere, there will be
For sure you'll get a call.
yeah, mass chaos, and I will definitely have to leave.
An entire block of internet will be out. And
Yeah,
then
and
you'll
I
just be out.
can't.
I get
It's
it.
not worth it.
I get it. We'll have to do it next year then, because it's the last one. It's like because Nationals was last weekend, right?
I think that
A weekend ago or 2 weekends ago, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Boone Nationals was last weekend.
Yeah, that's. Oh, okay, not Knoxville.
No, I think Knoxville Nationals is not. I assume because those are sprint cars, and
Yeah.
Boone is mods.
Right.
So
Yeah.
anyway,
My phone is just thanks Apple. It's a brick now. I upgraded to iOS 10 and I shouldn't have.
I didn't know there was a 10.
Yep.
They have sweet Porsche emojis.
Do they?
Yeah.
That's car related.
So
Really, we're rambling about iPhones. to
yeah,
finish
we're
this off?
kind of tapering off quick here. We should wrap.
Let's
this
end
up.
it then. Anything else?
Keep the annex up, put the metal down.
The metal down, you fucked it up. Keep the annex up and the pedal down.
Pedal down.
So you
Go buy
guys
stuff from our store.
buy stuff from the store, rate us and review us on iTunes, and we will catch you guys next week.
Bye.
Holy moly, that's a thick bitch.